It's Christmas.
I was keeping track.
It's Crimson Eve.
What the? Motherfucker.
Try the. Hello? Hello? There's no way the batteries just died like that. No, it's the one with the black Sharpie on the top. What the? Let me see it. Yeah, let's get some batteries going. What are they, triples? Oh, jeez, those are the.
These are Temu batteries.
I think those are the factory batteries, dude.
Hold on, let's try this shit again. No.
Wow.
Sometimes you get lucky and just take one out.
And just juice it, just shake it like the printer cartridge.
That's it.
Okay, all right. Just gotta mentally prepare for each one of these because it's Christmas. It's Crimson. 307 Reacts, Matt, Chris.
Yeah.
It's freaking Christmas Eve. What are you guys up to tonight? Are you guys going out last minute shopping because you forgot to buy stuff for your kids or your family or something like that? That's
for the wife.
That's for your wife, or maybe you forgot about the dog, and the dog is people too, so you need to go get the dog a bone. While you're thinking about that and contemplating what I just said, here's a 30-second clip from our boys at 10 for 10. We got some information for you. Ready, go.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm John.
And we are 10 for 10. And we'd like to invite you to our live stream performance of the Battle of the Bands at Sunshine Studios Live, January 11th, 2025.
Saturday night.
You can get your ticket from the link provided, and it's a $5 ticket with a $5 handling fee. Hope to see you there.
Great. What'd you think of that? How was that? Did you like that? It doesn't matter. It's on the screen and it happened. Basically what's going on, it's going to get a little scuffed around here, okay? It's Christmas week and things are
happening.
It's unbelievably busy for both of our schedules, and I'm a little bit frazzled and just kind of like wired. So anyways, what's going on is our boys in 10 for 10 are playing a show on January 11th in Colorado Springs. It is a Battle of the Bands, and if they win that Battle of the Bands, it gains them entry to play Bratfest later next year in Iowa. They get to play the main stage. So we're going to be there live streaming the event from our YouTube channel. You guys are welcome to join us. We would love it if you would. If you want to go a step further and help the boys, every ticket sale that they get for this upcoming show on January 11th counts as a vote for their entry to the Battle of the Bands, or for their place in the Battle of the Bands. So basically, if they get enough votes, then they get a place to play Bratfest. So if you guys want to help out and go a step further, there's a link in our description to buy a ticket. It's a $5 ticket with a $5 handling fee. Comes out to $10, and it counts as a vote for them. If you're in Colorado Springs and you want to buy a ticket and come hang out, we totally encourage that. We'll see you there on January 11th. If you don't want to buy a ticket, that's fine. I get it. Things are tight. We're not asking you to do anything or go out of your way by any means or anything like that. But we would love it if you would come hang out. Like I said, we're going to be live streaming it for free from our phones and hanging out in the comment section and doing the damn thing. So we'll see you on January 11th regardless. Anyways, on the screen in front of us, this is for King and Country Little Drummer Boy official music video. Now, our good boy Pappy D had something to say about this, and he's been talking to you about it.
He's been requesting this for 4 years.
Since we started our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because I think next year, will it be 5 years next year?
It'll technically be 4 years in February. So, yeah. I guess 3 years, okay? He's been requesting it for 3 years.
I wonder how much, I need to go back and look and see how much white is in my beard on our first few episodes, and then look at it now.
You just had a black beard back then, bro. It was all black.
It's just a completely different color, dude.
You couldn't even tell we had a beard. The camera quality was so bad.
So anyways, yeah, I'm going to try and find if there's a festive outline that I can put around these videos. I'm gonna look for that since we're doing the Christmas week. Me and Chris have decided for any of the uninitiated, me and Chris have decided over the last 3 years that we are doing 1 week of Christmas. Last year we did 1 day of Christmas, and I don't even know if we did it on Christmas Day. It was just like in Christmas week. And we did one. And reason for that is because the year before that we did 2 weeks of Christmas, and the year before that we did almost 30 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
And it ruined both of us.
I'm still recovering.
It has been a process. I've got bills coming in, from therapists and doctors that have had to evaluate me ever since then.
Yeah.
So we've kind of leveled it off. We're doing a week. We're doing 4 episodes, a whole week of it. And so yesterday's episode we did a mashup of Carol of the Bells and Wayfaring Stranger.
Yes.
Was really, really good. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go check that one out. And I guess Pappy's been asking for this one for 4 years now, so here you go, Pappy. This one's for you. If you don't know who we're talking about, type in Pappy D Reactions into your search bar on YouTube.
You'll find him.
You'll find him. He'll pop up, and I encourage you to go to any one of his videos and leave a comment and say it's time to start making reactions again.
Yes.
Hashtag make reactions great again, Pappy.
Yes.
Let's do it. It's time. 2025. New year, new
get it.
reactions. Okay, with all that being said, should we jump into it? I somewhat know the little drummer boy thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard it enough. I've never really... I played a version of it, I think, when I was in 8th grade, and I got to do the... on a little snare drum in front of the thing, and I thought I was all hot shit, and I just wasn't. I'm sure if I saw a video from back then, I'd be like, "Great, stop it, turn it off, turn it off. I'm
throw
done.
it away.
Please
Never watch
burn
it
that
again."
tape." So I know the premise of it, but apparently this is supposed to blow my socks off being a drummer. So we'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe if you're along for the ride. We appreciate you being here, and Merry Christmas to you guys. Let's go. We haven't lost audio yet.
Looks like Wyoming.
I was gonna say that looks like the bighorns, dude.
A little bit of Montucky, perhaps.
They told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum.
Little rim clicks. I like that. I like the piano, dude.
Lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum,
Those little tremolo
when
strings.
we come.
Yeah, okay.
Little baby, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I have no gift to...
This is not going to give us a spot. To
No,
stop.
I was kind of waiting for you to do it. I would watch through this whole thing and just, I'm so into it right now.
I love the Lord of the Rings adventure that they're taking in this video.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, for sure.
They I don't know if you guys have read Lord of the Rings, but the whole first book is just them walking. Okay, and most of the second
They got their
book,
stepwatches on. They're like, boys,
That's it.
we're gonna put some miles in today. I really like the again the like this interpretation of it.
Yeah.
The added piano, the way that it's not like I don't know if this is following the traditional chording of the original song, but I don't think it is. I think it's like rewritten in a more like in like a more like pop what do I want to say, like pop chords almost. Not popcorns, pop chords.
Like instead of a traditional like a 3-note chord structure, it's like a 4.
Yeah,
like a 4-note with a 6th.
And there's like the addition of the piano. There's some parts in the piano where the piano's using like suspended 7s and 9s and like doing this little floaty atmospheric thing when all the drums are kind of dropped out. It's really nice, man. And like the tremolo strings, little kind of really helps keep the suspense of the whole thing. And the fact that there's like it's not just a traditional like snare drum throughout the whole thing. Like there's a full blown drum set going on with this, and I love that, dude. This is, again, like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, this is a really good mix. Very, very good. I don't know who any of these... Do you know the lead singer? Do you know any of these people? No? Things we need to look at in the description maybe afterwards.
The thing I like about the singer at the beginning, and it may be... you hear 2 vocals singing at the same time. And it may be both him or him and somebody else.
Be layered, yeah.
Who knows? The voices feel like a lot of people when they sing, they want to sing strong, confidently. They want their diction to be on point, like all that. This feels like he's like he was out in the woods with a fire, and he's just kind of singing to himself. It's not very out. It's very hushed and brought in, and the words don't quite. the words kind of fall off at the end of the
And it's-
phrasing and stuff. And it sounds very good.
I feel like that's relative to the theme of the song also. You know, it's like this little kid, very humble and going up and like he has nothing to offer, but like I can do this, I can, you know,
I play something for you.
I know how to do this little thing on my drum. Like this is what I have to bring to the table. And like from a musician standpoint, like that sense of being judged and you know like looked at differently because you don't have a physical thing to present or whatever the case may be. I feel like that the vocals match that kind of that feeling really well, where it's kind of like kind of timid and like reserved a little bit. You know, like I want to do something, but I'm a poor kid. I don't have anything, but I've been playing on this drum for a little while, and I can maybe entertain you for a minute or whatever the case may be.
Reminds me of playing my first show. Right? You get up there, you start to like kind of play your thing, and you're kind of held back and reserved, and you start seeing some smiles, you start seeing some people doing like
tapping their feet,
and then it just kind of like you're like okay, I got this, and then the whole band builds up, then the crowd builds up, and it's like I feel like that's kind of how this song takes you. Is it's like you said, really timid and like this is all I've got, and then it slowly builds.
Yep, you slowly kind of gain that confidence. Yeah. You're like, okay, all right, I can do this. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To tie those two stories together, to tie the timidness and the first show thing together, and the drummer thing. One of my first shows, it might have been my first show, I can't remember. It was at our Eagles Lodge here downtown. It's still there, but it's changed drastically. It used to be a bowling alley, and now it's not anymore. But we were playing there. We were like playing in the backside of it. And I remember getting up on stage, and all my drums were mic'd up and everything, and we were doing a sound check. And well, I had never done a sound check before, and so the guy behind the board is, you know, all right, kick, and I start hitting my kick drum, and he's kind of looking at me, and I'm kind of looking out, and I'm just like, and I keep doing the thing, and he's all, hit it like you're gonna be playing it like in your songs, and I'm like, oh my god, that makes. That makes so much more. What? And it's just these little things that you don't ever think about until you're on stage and in the moment, and then you're like, wow, that makes so much sense. He needs to hear it so he can adjust the microphone for when we're playing. I was just like, life changer. That was a life changer. And also, I'm just up there red faced, like all the other bands that have played multiple shows are just watching me, and I'm that kid on stage, you know, like this 14, 15-year-old kid that like doesn't know what he's doing, like basically just up there wetting my pants, pretty much. But it turned out to be a really fun show. It was a good time and had a blast, and here I am 20 years later, man, loving every minute of it. Every time I get on stage, now I yearn to get on stage. I want to get up there and play in front of people, man. It's the best feeling in the world.
It's fun.
Let's keep going.
I have no gift to bring.
That's a female second voice, I feel like.
That's fit to give a king.
Are they a Pathfinder? I'm pretty sure.
Ship on fire.
Shall I play for you? On my drum.
Hell yeah, dude. I would love to find out where they shot this because
me and my drum.
Be a whole lot more music videos.
Me
out
and
there.
right. Oh, now the strings are all opened up. No more timidness. They're just hammering it.
Probably New Zealand or somewhere. You know?
Ain't it always that way? Like,
Every
you
time.
think you're like, man, that looks just like our backyard. It's across the world.
Pakistan. Like,
Acoustic guitar. We got the whole band getting together.
Captain Sleigh Bells.
I gotta say, just from my experiences, and I know we're almost at the end of this thing. Let me go back 10. From my experiences in marching band, and this is actually a good spot. Let me ask you a question. Out of all of the members that you see here standing in front of us, who's having the worst time?
Oh, who's having the worst
Who's
time?
having the worst time?
Our boy right there in the back carrying that bass drum, man. He has to. I mean,
He is
my
having-
back hurts right now. Looking
I
at
played
it.
so in a marching band, in like a small marching band. I think in big marching bands there's more, but like in a small marching band, like a high school or college size marching band, you have 5 bass drums.
Yeah.
And bass drum ranges from 1 to 5. 5 being the biggest. I played a bass drum 4 in marching band for I think a year and a half in school.
Get wrecked.
Let me tell you, I've never hated an extracurricular more. And I love music. Music is my life. And I hated bass drum 4 so much
bad.
that it drove me to I think marching band is amazing. But
Yeah.
because I have to lug that stupid thing around, and it's not even the heaviest thing. The heaviest thing to carry is actually the set of toms. The 5 drums. Those guys, those things are stupid. Those things are so heavy, but it's like one of the coolest things. And like those are the guys that most people are like, whoa, check that guy out. No one's ever like, check out that bass drum
Check
guy.
out bass
like,
number
man,
4 over there, man.
You're just a
Tearing
dipshit
it
in the
up.
back. Boom, 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 boom. It just. And so seeing this brings back all those past traumas from.
Here's the thing I think about too. Okay, our dude carrying the bass drum there in Wyoming. The wind kind of just blows you where it may.
Oh, that's another
okay?
one. Yeah,
Like,
that's another part of it. Is like you don't be out there practicing marching on a windy day, because then the conductor's up there like, bass drum 4, why are you out of line? And you're like, I can't. It's like I'm in line. My feet are in line, but I'm not. I can't. It's.
the wind just spin you like a weather vane.
and the outfits they made us wear, God, they were like, we had those weird cowboy Confederate hats where the one side of the hat is like
the one
straight
side
up,
is folded.
Yeah,
and-
it's like folded
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
We had those, and like
the cavalry hats.
the cavalry. There you go. And like
yeah.
the costumes were like, or the uniforms were like kind of cool, but they had like sequins and shit on them, and it was just like. Totally not my vibe as like a California-looking kid that listens to Hawthorne Heights, and I'm out there like in this weird, super tight, like everything's. And I'm playing the stupid bass drum, and it was just like, man, this is okay. At least I know now that I don't want to do this anymore. I think it's really the competitions and the dudes that do that, like the troopers. We have the state troopers that are here in. Is it the troopers? Yeah, troopers.
I think so.
Marching band here in Wyoming, and apparently they're like one of the better ones in the country. Like they are really, really good. And I watching those guys do their thing and like watching the competitions and stuff, awesome.
Super cool.
The guys that do that stuff and love it and
one
get
of
into
my
it.
favorite movies growing up was Drumline.
Dude,
with Nick
Drumline
Cannon.
was
Like,
awesome. It was a great movie,
badass.
dude. Super good. When the dude comes up and starts playing his drum, and
Yeah.
he's just all, just like, no, we don't do that around here. Yeah, that was a really good movie, and that was part of my inspiration of why I wanted to be in Drumline.
Yeah.
Turns out in Drumline they focus mostly on Nick Cannon and playing the snare drum.
Yeah.
They don't really focus on the dudes playing bass drum 4 and 5. And so
it.
when you get into marching band thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to have this cool snare drum, and then they're like, Greenlee, bass drum 4, and you're like, wait, what? Well, I mean, at least I didn't get bass drum 5, but still, dude, like, damn it. All right, fine. Yeah. So that was my experience. This is watching all
Yeah.
these guys. I would say our boy with the bass drum is probably having the worst time. Second to worst
the dude
time
with
is
that
probably
stand-up bass,
probably
too.
the dude with the cello
Yeah.
trying to walk and like get the notes right at the same time. He's like, you guys, I can't. He's got to like have his foot underneath the stand of it while he's walking and like
Well,
trying
it looks
to.
like he's strapped in. It looks like
Oh,
he has some pretty
is he?
good movement.
Okay,
there, but
okay.
Still,
He's having the
doesn't look
second to
fun.
worst time for sure. Between the two of them, it's a not good time party for
Welcome
sure.
to hell. This is-
All right, let's finish it out.
Hell yeah.
Good message. That was a really good one, man. That was a very, very theatrical interpretation. Okay, calm down, boys.
Oh, look, it's Tim Faust.
Don't. We're gonna get canceled.
I mean, it's Austin's wife.
We're gonna get. Yeah, there you go. At least you're gonna say it. Get it right. Jeez.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. It said at the very end of that video.
While you talk, I'm gonna do some.
I don't want the mics to blow up on us, so I'm not going to go back to the video. But it said at the very end of it, at the bottom, I think who the production company was for it, or who filmed it, maybe, or who shot it, or whatever. But whoever did, they absolutely nailed it. The movements of the camera, like it was shot on very high quality equipment. Now watch, I'll come to find out later. One of you guys will be like, actually, they shot it on iPhone 10s, and I'm like, if you think about it in relative terms, an iPhone is a pretty damn high quality piece of equipment, you know, I mean, camera wise, phone wise. So regardless of what they shot it on or how they did a very, very good job. The editing was amazing. The battle scene where they're walking through the battle and things flying all over the screen, and like, I'm sure a decent amount of that or some amount of that was probably CGI, but they did a very, very good job of like layering that in and affecting that properly. And I love the little kid in there. He's just got. Of course, they gave the little kid the biggest drum, right? The biggest snare drum.
Yes.
And so he's just like, the whole time, he's just like got one hand in the air. Like, brings me back to the days when I first started playing drums and my dad's drum set was in my room. And I'd get on the kit, but my feet couldn't reach the pedals. So and the sticks are like, you know, your hands are this big and the sticks are like that long. And so you can't really handle the sticks and you can't reach the pedals, but you're having a blast anyways, just making noise and having fun. Yeah, it was a really, really good video. Thank you, Pappy, for making us, basically making us at this point watch that video. Totally worth it. Did you find out where it was shot?
No, that's not what I was looking for at all.
I'm gonna close this and we're gonna try. That really looks like a Wu-Tang thing on their Christmas tree.
Hell yeah.
It's not, I don't think, but it looks like it. Okay, your turn to talk. Let me see if I can find out where this was shot at.
So one of the things I like about this is it's like a drummer in the army, you know, back in the day, like during Civil War.
Yeah.
The Revolutionary War. They would use drums to help keep time with the soldiers during marching, right? Because it's a lot easier, and that's why a lot of people, when they go to the gym, they have their set lists that they listen to. And it's one thing that I even do when I'm on the elliptical running. I have a specific album that I'll listen to because it gives me, I kind of starts off slower songs, then kind of picks up and pace and then slows down again. So it works out perfect because that's what you're supposed to do. Steadily increase your heart rate and then bring it back down.
Yeah.
So using music to help you keep time with your running or marching or anything is super important. I think it's really, really cool that we've been using that. It actually dates back to 5500 BC. The Chinese were the oldest to use drums. Now, they don't know how they used them or if they used them for military purposes. It would kind of make sense that maybe they would.
I have a random trivia fact about the Chinese drumming back in the day.
Oh, okay.
One version of it. Now I don't know if this was the first version of it or if it was a later iteration of their drumming style. But the actual name of it, one name of it is ho'odaiko.
Okay.
And that's the type of drumming, and that's the big round drums that have like the metal beads on the side. There's like 10 or 12 of them at one time. Yeah, it's called ho'odaiko drums, and I don't know if I'm exactly pronouncing that right, but I studied that in college actually, and we did a ho'odaiko arrangement at one of our concerts up there. So that's all I had.
So supposedly, like, I'm really big into Viking culture for some stupid reason. Okay, but Vikings. While Vikings weren't the first to use drums to keep them in time rowing, they were one of the ones who used it the most. They used it for the longest period of time. And the crazy thing is like they did sail from Europe to what would be the U.S. Now, of course, they didn't know it was the U.S. back then. Technically, the Vikings were the first to make that big trip. But, like, they didn't have the giant ships that Britain later had to come over.
Sure, yeah,
you know, the Mayflower and all that. They didn't have those big ships. They had these ships that were relatively open, and they rowed their way over with their sails, and the way that they just kept moving was hit that drum and keep beat with the drum. Like, that's it. And it made their ships faster. They were feared. And it was that drummer keeping everybody time.
Rightfully so. if you're on land and you see these dudes coming in, not only playing to a drum, but on these relatively small boats
Yeah.
that just sailed halfway across the freaking world.
Yeah.
In the middle of the ocean where there's giant whales and sharks and like all this, and the waves are 30 foot tall, and like these dudes are just like, let's go, baby, let's send it, get that drummer on the boat, let's go, but you know, do it, and then just go. Like you see those guys pulling up to shore, rightfully so. You should probably start pooping your pants. Like they're not there to wheel and deal. They're there to do business.
Yeah.
And they're gonna.
And they did.
And they did.
They were the ones who started a lot of the trade routes that we still use today. They found the fastest ways around the oceans. They found the fastest way, you know, from Norway to India to Africa. I mean, they figured it out.
Pretty crazy, man.
It's so wild how something as simple as a drum has made its way into our modern era, and I believe it's one of the oldest instruments ever.
Snare drum, I think, or I guess just a regular drum, you're probably right. I don't want to say you are right, but I would imagine,
because I don't think strings would have came first. Like it had to have been
percussive stuff, because even if you think back to like the earliest Native Americans and things like that too, they were doing, you know, all of their
stuff
stretching a rawhide over a barrel or whatever, and like making a drum out of that, and that's how they started. A lot of the first traditional Irish instruments were like the hand drums, the pan drums that you hit with the stick. I can't remember what they're called or whatever, but so it would make sense. And what's even more crazy to think about is like you think about snare drums and like how they are now, where they sit for the most part sit on a drum set, and you bang it every now and then, but it's not the main part of what keeps the beat. Like it's in combination with a hi-hat and a kick drum most of the time to make the beat. But it came from this you know, straightforward, just like this is the thing that we use for everything. And now it's just been encompassed with these other things.
Flavor.
Yeah, it's kind of what keeps the accent of everything, and kind of keeps the groove going, but it's not necessarily like the main focus point of the thing, which is pretty interesting to think about. Music is crazy. Music history is pretty crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that was obviously a 5 out of 5. That was really good. If any of you guys know some background on this and can tell us where they shot this, I looked in the comments. I wasn't seeing anybody comment about it, or in the description doesn't say anything. So if you know where they shot this, I would be very interested to know.
Yeah.
A lot of those scenes, I'm not even kidding you. You drive 20 miles down the road here, and it looks exactly like that here. Like
it's crazy.
So I would be really interested to know like what other part of the world looks like that. Or maybe I'll be blown away, and they're like they shot it in upper corner of Wyoming or Montana or something. You know.
Like
that would be
Ian
amazing.
Munsick videos look great. Yeah. It's like Sheridan in Montana.
Yeah, they're like a couple hours up the road, man.
Yep.
So yeah, 5 out of 5 all day.
If you guys enjoyed today's video as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang.
Nope. Yep.
I left you behind right there, boy. I didn't have a drum to keep me time.
Did not. We're out of time.
We'll see y'all next time. Bow.
Shing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Hey, it's Christmas time in the studio. I can't believe the mics worked that whole time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What is it? Figure it out, computer. I'm done with you. Try me, bro. Try me.
Fucking try me.
That's why it is trying me, because this is where I have my Amazon cart.
Yes.
My computer's like, I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing.
Watch this.